tryna play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down. Any living thing that cannot coexist must cease to exist. It's a rap, yeah, that's it. Got a lot of tough talk for someone still on that government cheese. You still ain't got what you need. I think you done went crazy. I let your ass into my world and you popped up just like a daisy. Gave you a hand up instead of a handout. You must be sober and bored looking for some clout. Every time you go to your little crew, you block me just like a little punk. Dude, you still ain't even manned up. Mad about some fucking timestamps. Dude, shut the fuck up, you fucking dweeb. All you do is rank them long tail keywords. I know this must be a prank. That's why you been labeled Spam King of the Year. No worries, cause a real black hat is here. It's easy to see when you look at me. This black hat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You're tryna play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down. I come at you with my black hat and shovel in my hand like the Grim Reaper to bury your ass. I size your body up and put some white chalk around it. Yeah, now let's talk about being grounded. You bitch about me, stealing your method when your dumb ass just gives it away. If it now, use a Pop-Tart, sweetheart, you're soft in the middle. So stop acting hard, cause you weak and you brittle. I'll eat your hate for breakfast, now that's a good start. You have no history and you ain't even smart. You never ranked anything of value, nothing, never. So stop fronting, man, you ain't even clever. I put you out there and now you think you a big shot. Remember where you come from in case you forgot. What's given can be taken away. I ain't mad at you, I'm logging out, have a nice day. It's easy to see when you look at me. This black hat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You're tryna play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Today we're going to be talking about keyword research, how to do keyword research. This applies to junk removal, but can be applied to any other niche. And I'm going to show you how we do it, how I do it, how you reverse engineer your top competition's keyword research. Give me a few minutes and we're going to be right back, but I'm going to let y'all listen to this and then I'm going to drop some of these into some of the groups so everybody can see it, and we'll be right back.
It's easy to see when you look at me. This black hat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You're tryna play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down. Any living thing that cannot coexist must cease to exist. It's a rap, yeah, that's it. Got a lot of tough talk for someone still on that government cheese. You still ain't got what you need. I think you done went crazy. I let your ass into my world and you popped up just like a daisy. Gave you a hand up instead of a handout. You must be sober and bored looking for some clout. Every time you go to your little crew, you block me just like a little punk. Dude, you still ain't even manned up. Mad about some fucking timestamps. Dude, shut the fuck up, you fucking dweeb. All you do is rank them long tail keywords. I know this must be a prank. That's why you been labeled Spam King of the Year. No worries, cause a real black hat is here. It's easy to see when you look at me. This black hat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You're tryna play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down. I come at you with my black hat and shovel in my hand like the Grim Reaper to bury your ass. I size your body up and put some white chalk around it. Yeah, now let's talk about being grounded. You bitch about me stealing your method when your dumb ass just gives it away. Now, use a Pop-Tart, sweetheart, you're soft in the middle. So stop acting hard, cause you weak and you brittle. I'll eat your hate for breakfast, now that's a good start. You have no history and you ain't even smart. You never ranked anything of value, nothing, never. So stop fronting, man, you ain't even clever. I put you out there and now you think you a big shot. Remember where you come from in case you forgot. What's given can be taken away. I ain't mad at you, I'm logging out, have a nice day. It's easy to see when you look at me. This black hat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You tryna play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down.
Hey guys, we are back and we are live. So what we're going to be talking about today is keyword research. How do I do it? This can be applied to any niche. Like I said, any niche whatsoever. It doesn't matter if you're a carpenter, if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer. Got it now? You got it now? I'm pretty sure you got it now, but just double check. You got it now? Pretty sure. All right. So, we're going to be going over keyword research. How do you do it? So let's say if you are in, obviously, in this case, Atlanta, Georgia, this guy's a window installer. Like a lot of times what will happen, hey, Mr. Sign Commander, and hey, Mr. Garcia. Sign Commander, if you have any questions in regard to a similar niche, just drop them below, and I will help you out, brother. So if you are in any niche, whatever it is, you're going to see, I have a plugin. It's called Plepper. If you ever go to plepper.com, it's a really good tool. It has everything from GMB categories to some other hacks and tips I use. But so, for example, a lot of times people will be, let's just say, waste management because they can't get junk removal. Well, that's not going to be what you want because that is not the main category. So if they chose waste management, Right? Waste management is not the same thing as junk removal, but yet people will use them. Right? So we don't want to ever use that. So for example, if I go back over here and I'm looking at, for example, I wanted to look at a similar category, junk removal, right? I should be going after junk removal, not junk dealer, not junkyard, but junk removal service. You understand? All right, so let's go back to junk car buyer. Awesome. So let's do that one for you. I actually have someone that's wanting me to do their SEO for a junkyard buyer as well, a junk car buyer. So let's go, and we're just going to do this one in Atlanta, but this is going to be applied anywhere. So junk car buyer, very easy. I can get ranked for that one in less than 3 months, easy. But if you choose any of these guys, let's look over here. Plepper will pop up. And it says junk dealer, scrap metal dealer, used car dealers. So let's say if they do, in this case, there is no category for junk cars, right? But there is for scrap metal. And a lot of times when someone's selling a car, it's going to be for either you're going to be a junk dealer or scrap metal. And I'm going to tell you to choose junk dealer. Okay. If you look at the top 3, and what we always want to do, this is how easy for me SEO is. I look at who is the top 3. Hey, Mr. Yee, he's in the house. So you always just want to look at the top 3. Who's the top 3 in your niche, in your industry? What are they doing? What do they do different than you? Then you reverse engineer that, sprinkle a little yee on that shit, and outrank that bitch. Okay, that's all you got to do. Find out what they're doing. Number 1, junk dealer category is a primary category. Junk dealer, let's say number 2, what is he at? Let's see. He's an auto wrecker. So that's another one. Auto wrecker. So he's number 2. Let's see what number 3 is at. Used car dealer. So they're not really consistent, but they're kind of all in the same, if you will, niche. This one's a junkyard. So any of those are going to be fine. Junkyard, used car, scrap metal, any of those are good. We just don't want to see, like, you didn't see, for instance, junk removal yet. Auto wrecker, auto broker, junk dealer, junkyard, recycling center, salvage dealer, salvage yard, all of those categories. So what's the number 1 category I'm probably going to go for? I'll probably take the number 1 guy and go, for instance, this is this guy right here. He keyword stuffed the shit out of his GMB, and that will fly for a lot of people, especially if it's an old GMB. He's got tons of reviews. As you can see, he's got 366 reviews. This guy's got 263. This guy's got 162. So these are all things I pay attention to. But specifically, his category is a junk dealer, or used car dealer, or scrap metal, right? So what I'm normally going to go for, I'm going to try to rank for the main category. What is his GMB category, right? What is his GMB category? So like in your case, auto wholesaler, right? You want to rank for auto wholesaler. I personally, and I will look this up just to show you, I as a consumer, not a producer, would then say, hey, I don't necessarily know if this person's going to be looking for, if you will, auto wholesaler. If I'm trying to sell my junk car, you think I'm going to look up auto wholesaler? I'll probably use car, sell my car, cash for used car. Any of those terms, those are the terms I'm likely going to go after. I will look up, tell me what city you're into, and I'll give you a really geo-specific, if you will, research on this. We're going to use SEMrush when we're looking at this, and go from there. But let's just say in this instance, we already know what the category should be. I am going to rank for that. So in this case, for him, He is a junk dealer, right? So what I'm actually going to then do is I'm going to rank for those terms. And I have a lot of people say, why are you going after those terms? Right? There is no junk car removal niche. Okay. When I say GMB category, and I'm looking at the GMB category, that is what I'm going to name my number one silo on my page. Okay. Your services, like you will see, like yesterday, Dan did a testimonial for us at Rank Fortress, right? The number one thing you always see everything underneath that silo whenever we do it is its junk removal services. And then we have everything properly siloed, right? We don't just put services. We don't put junk, just junk dealer or waste management or whatever. We put junk removal services and then properly silo it out. Then we're going to get ranked for that category, junk removal. In your case, for example, yours would have been, excuse me, junk dealer. So I would name that silo junk dealer services, or scrap metal services, or used car services, or cash for car services. Any of those, excuse me. Now, what city are you in? You're in Houston. Yep. You're ranked pretty solid currently. We'll find that out. Okay. If you don't mind, we'll show you where you're at and where you can improve. But let's go ahead and look at everything. So first off, we're going to look at, in your case, let's say, go back here. And what we're going to get looking at, we're going to look at for, in this case, junk dealer. So let's just look for the term junk dealer. And if you don't mind, drop your website link below and I will check that out. So keyword difficulty is not difficult. It's 22% for junk dealer. It doesn't get a whole lot of volume. It's 1.8 thousand, right? But the number one thing I want you to consider is this. What is the GMB category? This is really freaking important, okay? Why is it important? Okay, if you're a junk dealer, it means you deal with what? Junk, right? You're going to deal with, in specific, that niche. And in SEO, you want to be known as the number one entity for this niche. Not only the number one entity, but the number one entity in Houston, in your case. Okay? Correct. This term, scrap metal pickup services, is another one. So what we want to do is, while we're going after that first and getting ranked, and we concentrate, a lot of people ask you, why do you only concentrate on, let's say, junk removal near me? Well, number one, those are the money terms. Money terms means those are the ones that make freaking money. Okay. We're not going after long ass tail keywords that don't make no money. And that's what a lot of SEOs do. Why? Because it's very easy. We'd go, for example, they go scrap metal pickup services in Houston. I could tell you ain't got that much volume, but we'll look at it. But that's what a lot of SEOs would do. Instead of going scrap metal for cash, or scrap metal, near me, or scrap metal just straight up. Broad keyword, broad search volume. You're going to get a lot of search volume. And that's why a lot of them won't do it, because they just ain't got the ability. And I've been looking. So that's fine. Don't drop your URL. And I totally understand that, because a lot of times people will, I've had SEOs that come in there and try to outrank people. Oh, you're ranking. And the next thing you know, they're trying to take your GMB down and all other types of stupid shit. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and go through this. So that's the keyword I'm going to get ranked for. Why? Because then I own that niche in that specific city. Now, when we go to the other ones, so for example, you're telling me Houston car junk dealer or junk buyer. So let's look at the couple of terms: Houston junk car buyer, and we're going to look at just the term junk car buyer, and we're going to do it specifically in Houston. Okay, so for example, Junk dealer, not that much search volume, but the whole point of that specific keyword is to own that Google My Business or Google Business Profile category in that city. Okay, it's very important. You don't want to go after, for example, in junk removal, we don't want to go after waste management and try to own the category waste management. We want to own junk removal service, okay, or junk removal. In this one, so for example, you're saying Houston junk car buyer. Let's look at these. So Houston car buyer. Make sure I get this right. It's Houston junk car buyer. So let's just look this up. I want to look at a couple of things. How hard is it to rank for this term? And how much traffic is it going to get? So first things first, this is global traffic. So this term don't get much traffic whatsoever. Okay, it only gets, it's very easy to rank for. Basically, when it says keyword difficulty, it says easy, it'll tell you it's quite possible to rank for this keyword. You're going to just need quality content. That's it. Not a whole lot of backlinks or anything. You can generally, there are some that are real easy. Let's say anything below 20%, like 10% difficulty. You put up a couple of pages, some supporting content, and that'll rank most people. What's up, North Bay? All right, so let's go back here. But now let's take out, and this isn't even me selecting the location. So now I can actually select the location and say, hey, by the way, I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm going to assume you don't mean like Houston, Ohio, or any of these other ones. I'm going to assume you mean the big old Texas. So now if we look at Houston, Texas, how many, if you will, what's the search volume look like? There's some other things in here to pay attention to, even if so, no volume, literally zero volume, higher difficulty, intense commercial. Questions that you could write for is their total volume is 110. We want to pay attention to these. Who buys junk cars in Houston? Who buys junk cars in Houston? And who buys junk cars Houston? All these I want to make into blogs and then supporting content going back to my main silo, my number one category. Okay. Why? Because you want this to be supporting that silo, that keyword, that niche, that Google My Business listing. Okay. Now let's go, instead of saying Houston car buyer, let's put in the term just junk car buyer, just to see what the, if you will, search volume will be compared to Houston junk car buyer. This will be interesting. So you can see already what the search volume is, what the questions look like. It's taking a little bit of time to load here, but you have 1.4, almost 1.5 thousand questions, and these can all be turned into blogs. So how will we do that? We go to view all questions, and we can literally export all of these. The ones I'm going to concentrate on are the ones that have keyword difficulty that are lower. They're very easy to rank for. Anything dark green, I can, anybody can rank for. Once it gets out of dark green, this just needs a new page, basically. Who buys junk cars without a title? Who buys junk cars without title near me? It's that one right alone gets 390. And this is actually in freaking Houston. Okay. This is, if you will, and then you got these, of course, maybe you don't want Mobile, Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, Tennessee, Ohio, Albuquerque, Maine. These are keywords you would wind up eliminating, but you want to go after specifically like this one, maybe who buys junk cars in Amarillo, Tucson. But these other ones down here, especially who buys junk cars without title near me, who buys junk cars without a title. Those are two I definitely would wind up going for. So let's go back. These are just, if you will, the questions. So I'm going to show you also where we get questions and what tools we use and why do we do that. SEOs tend to try to make things too complicated. Okay. So your total volume, the keyword difficulty, high. So now you understand why a lot of people won't go after junk car buyer. It's a high competitive niche. Yes, it's only got 20 volume, but then you got all these other questions that bring in another volume of 31,000. All these other keyword variations brings in another total volume of 161,000. Then you got all these other keywords that are related to it that bring in a total of 2.7 million searches. All right, so that one is what I'd wind up going after. Junk car buyer. Another one would be cash for cars or used cars or junk cars. All right, keyword variation 647 brings in 8.6. Questions 123. Not as much, but still the same. It's a good one. Cash for used cars. Let's type in cash for junk cars. It's higher. It's going to always be more difficult to rank for. So what we've already done is we've already went over, okay, where are we going to get our keywords from? Where are the questions or blogs are going to write about? Where are the related keywords? We're not doing this convoluted, if you will, SEO like most people do. And they try to say, okay, well, how could, yeah, exactly. Near me gets a lot more traffic in junk car buyer near me. Yes, but not with the actual city. And a lot of people will rank for the city only because it's easier to rank for. Junk car pickup service. Yes, we offer it as a service. So just hit me up on Facebook. If you want to know how to hit me up on Facebook, just go over to this profile right here, William Jones, and hit me up, or go to my website at rankfortress.com. rankfortress.com, and we will help you out. But let's go back here and we'll keep going. So questions, keyword difficulty, cash for junk cars, 210 volume, keyword difficulty. But you have all these other variations of questions. Now, a lot of SEOs will say, get in here and say, for example, well, you need to use SEMrush and you got to get these clusters made up and you got to quote unquote put all your keywords in clusters and silo everything, right? That's not what we're looking for, right? Yep, cash for no car title. Yep, that's one of the ones I showed you. And that's one of the ones I actually just showed you was cash for car without a title, right? And another one's cash for car without title near me. Those are big ones, and those are two that I would go after. Now, that being said, what are we going to do for keyword research? So we're going after that main category, and then we go, so for example, what are other keywords, you know, like when we do junk removal. When we're doing junk removal, you got to think about it this way. Google does not rank keywords. Google ranks for what? Pages. And you'll hear me say it all the time. Keyword ranks. Google ranks for pages. So, for example, every single keyword I want to rank for, furniture removal, appliance removal, mattress removal, hot tub removal, estate cleanout, hoarder cleanout, everything needs its own, if you will, silo. And how do I do that? So for junk removal, just for example, because I have the SOP for it, sitemap, right? And then we also have one for dumpster rental as well, because if you're doing dumpster rental, like you need a keyword, you need a page for every one of these: furniture, appliance, mattress, all this, all of it, commercial, demo, eco-friendly. And so, I mean, quick and easy way, you know, you can look at SEMrush, you can look at all the other related keywords right here, but that's not, you know, going to help you. Like this right here, looking at these keywords, you're not going to put a bunch of different, if you will, in that same silo for cash or junk cars. You're not going to put cash for junk car, buy junk cars, buying junk cars. So for me, I will go to, you know, a couple of places, ChatGPT for one, and I'll type in this. It's going to seem very simple. You know, give me 50 related keywords to the niche cache for junk cars. And all I'm going to do is then take this and then create, if you will, a silo, right? And then ask it, say, I am a junk car dealer. Please make me a sitemap for my upcoming website. And this is just, if you will, the quick and dirty. This is not how I do it. Okay, I have a long SOP for how I do it, but this is just to show you kind of the quick and dirty of it, right? Primary category, home, get a quote, how it works, sell without a title, locations, right? What we buy, right? Reviews, facts, blog, about, contact us, the conversion funnel, get a quote, step, all this stuff, right? Location silo, your services silo, cash for junk cars, junk car removal, same day pickup, free towing, sell without a title, sell wrecked cars, sell non-running cars, totaled cars, salvaged cars, fleet vehicles. So all these various keywords and pages we would want. And a lot of people, when they come to me, they only have, let's say, 10 pages, 20 pages, whatever, right? And this is an SOP. And if you want it, just message me and I'll give it to you. But they will sit there and go, they'll have, well, I got 20 pages, and then they think they have an actual website. But the fact is, you really don't. You don't have an actual website. You have basically a brochure that says, this is what I do. This is who I am, where I'm at, what I do. Fine, that's a good start. Anybody can make a website that's just a basic, if you will, brochure website. But to make an in-depth website where people go, okay, I know what this guy does, and he dominates the niche, generally you need a keyword, you need a page for every single one of those keywords, okay? So just the same way we do for junk removal. Junk, cash for junk cars, etc. So that's going to be another one. So why do I use, can anyone guess, why do I use the questions people are asking to make those in the blogs? And when we make blogs, we don't just make blogs at Rank Fortress and say that's SEO. Like a lot of SEOs go, I'll add some new pages or I'll add some blogs, right? And then they charge you, $800, $900 a month. We go, for instance, we take a blog and we turn that into a YouTube video and optimize that whole channel. And then we take that YouTube video and embed it in the blog. And then we take that blog and then we make it into a podcast on something like SoundCloud. And then we embed those podcasts as links into our posts. And then we take that and make it into an image stack, images across a bunch of websites related to that keyword, tying back to your website. And then we take that blog and then we turn it into a press release and then daisy chain it all together and drop it into our Google Advanced G Stack. And we feed the Google algorithm with its own assets. I'm not going to dive too much into what an Advanced G Stack is or what's an ID loop or any of that stuff. Just know it gets us results. I'll put it that way. It's one of the ways I can guarantee top 3 in 3 months, or I'll give you money back, or I'll pause the billing and work for free until it does. And I could show you, it's like out of all of our clients, I have one that's on the top 3 and it's on Duda, and I've paused their billing and working on it for free until it's done converting. It's actually already in the top 3, put it that way. But it's being converted, so I don't want to, Awesome. We do Mr. Yi's SEO, and he got his first job today through Chat GPT. He couldn't believe it. Yeah, I get people that message me about, hey, I found you on Chat GPT. I was looking for an affordable SEO, and you were the first one that came up. So that's crazy. We get a lot of them. If your SEO is good, there's nothing different you need to do for, if you will, AI SEO, like all the gurus like to sell you. All you got to do is do good freaking SEO. you're doing good SEO and you're putting out content, shorts, reels, long form, posting across Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these platforms, Facebook groups, you're going to get seen. It is all SEO, seen everywhere. That's what SEO is. Build a brand. Build a brand. SEO is branding. Branding is SEO, which means you should be like, if I go back here, let's just go back to Junk Car Buyer and show you this on Google. So why do I take a blog and turn it into a YouTube video? So Google tells you it's in your face. Everything you need to know is right here in the search. We don't have to go look what's the best keywords to use. I mean, you can use Google's keyword tool and we'll show you that as well. But Google has a keyword tool as well. I also have a free ebook on that. It's called Google's free, if you will, keyword planner. And it's usually used for Google Ads, which is this right here. But we're going to go back here first. So based on this search, based on Google search engine, what's important? All images, the SERPs, of course, the maps, the organic, videos, short videos, news or press releases, forums, which is, let's say, Facebook, Quora, Reddit, Yelp. If anybody ever tells you Yelp and Quora and Reddit are not important, please tell them to stop doing SEO. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. All right, let's go back to here. Now, why do I also say use the questions? So what do we want to write our blogs about? Google literally says, when people are looking for junk car buyer in Marietta, Georgia, you should be writing about this. Why? Because Google cares about one thing only. Are you putting content out that has the ability to help those that are using their platform? Why would you go ask an SEO, hey, by the way, what should I write a blog about? They don't know. They don't. Go ask Google, and that's what we do for our clients. There's an awesome tool that we use, and I'm going to show you that. It's a what we call these right here is people also ask, or PAAs. I will also use these down here. People also search for these terms right here. Junk car buyer, no title. What do you know? Junk car buyer for cash, junk car buyer online, junk car buyers near me, junk car buyer for cash near me. Not going to really do this one. Junk car buyer app. Maybe you want to try that one. We buy junk cars for $1K, $500 for cars without title. All those are potentials. Now, the tool we use is called So Asked. And we can type in junk car buyer. It's United States, and let's say it's in Atlanta, or in your case, you are in Houston, Texas. So Houston, Texas, and I don't want standard, I want deep. So once I hit live search, what this is going to do, it's going to pull up all the people also ask questions. Sometimes it gives you a lot, sometimes it doesn't. So junk car buyer is this. All right, then we can go, we're going to write a blog about this. This is our main blog category. And then we're going to write blogs about how much will they pay you. Then this. Now what we can also do, let's say it only gives you this, we can hit search and it will now give you more related to that. You see what it's doing? And it gives you more. So it gives you how much will they pay you for this? How much would a junkyard pay for a car? How do I get the most money out of my junk car? Is it better to scrap or sell the car? How do I give my car to a junkyard? What's the most valuable? And I could literally keep clicking on these and going deeper and deeper. And literally, this is creating, if you will, your silo. Your blogs, all of this. This is a blog that points to this blog. This is a blog that points to this blog. This is a blog that points to this blog. And guess what that one points to? That one points to your main page. SEO, SEO, SEO. That's right, Mr. Yee. So that's going to be the next step. So these are all what we call PAAs, or people also ask. All right. So who wants to see the next way we get them? So let's just say, for example, my main man up here, and this might not be the best category to show you this, but we'll see. We're going to do this live. We're not like these SEOs who get pre-asked questions. We're going to do it over the shoulder. So let's take this guy right here. We're going to go to his website. The next thing we're going to do. So this, I can tell you straight up, I can outrank all these people. This guy's not even on his own website. He's on a WordPress.com site or sub-site, right? This is not going to be a good category to look at this at, to see the pages, just because this is not one of those categories that's going to have a lot of competition, right? Now, when you have a lot of competition, yes, even this guy, he's in the WordPress. Let's see what he's in. He's in probably a WordPress. Yep, same thing. What is this guy in? They don't even, this category is not a good one. But let's go junk removal near me to show you what I mean. So Hicks and Sons junk removal. Let's look at his website. So let's say he's my competition. How am I going to deal with him? So we go to their website. We're going to look at something called their sitemap. So their sitemap is going to show me all the pages that they have. And what I want to do is go and recreate every one of those pages. So let's say it pulls it up. This is going to be your posts. Posts are your blogs. Pages are your pages. So pages being your actual main pages of your website. So he literally only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blogs. This is why I can come into Rank Fortress. We can come into any niche in any city and generally whip their butts because they don't have enough pages. This one right here, let's call it, he's got maybe 100 pages. So let's just say, for example, well, how many pages do you do, William? Like this guy, Dan, that's dominating, and you saw his testimonial on my Facebook page. So we did this in like 3 months. So he's got 566 blogs and 59 pages. So he's got over 600 pages. So when we come into a city and we drop that much content, of course. So every one of my premium clients, especially let's say in junk removal, they get 1 million words of content. 1 million words of content. We don't do this stupid shit of how many blogs do you get per month. Most SEOs do that. I do not. So for example, once we launch a new website, we're dropping 1 million words of content. Like one of our clients has just signed on yesterday, for example. And we give this with every single one of our clients. And I'll show you this when they come in. Anytime you get a quote, it's not just like, hey, we're giving you, if you will, a discount on just SEO. So for example, we go, I'm giving you the premium website package for free, which is normally $1,000. I'm giving you 1 million words of content, all SEO optimized, normally $3,000 for free. And I'm giving you the premium SEO at a 15% discount. And then if you use Mr. Yi's coupon, you'll get 25% for mine and his show together. And then sometimes I run specials. So that's what we're giving everybody. So we don't do this, how many blogs do I get a month type crap. And that's what a lot of SEOs will do. And I know that. So that's how we pull them. Now, what's another way we do? So for instance, if you came into a niche, we're going to look at their sitemap and we're going to see how many like for a really good one to do. And I know everybody hates them in the junk removal space, but will be 1-800-GOT-JUNK or would be Junk Kings, right? Let's say Junk Kings is in your niche or in your city, like this one, Junk King, Cobb County. So let's go over here. The only reason you hate them is because they've built a brand. If I look at any of their, if I go back here, just for example, guys, if I go back here and look at how many images they got, you think they're doing image stacks? They doing branding? Yes. They're doing branding, yes. They got videos, they got short form, they got long form, they got everything. They build a brand, so you should do the same. Stop bitching about them and start building a brand. Okay, so now let's go over here to their website. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to take the term Junk King, and we'll look at this as well. Let's pull up SEMrush, and we'll look at them while we're doing some other stuff. But one of the things we're going to do, and this depends, they may have it hidden, and I believe they do last time I checked, but there are ways of getting it. But you always look at their sitemap. Just look at their sitemap. And if you can look at their sitemap and pull their sitemap, you can reverse engineer it. This I would have to pull a different way, right? But this is going to give you their sitemap. So let's just say this right here, this is their services sitemap. You know, this is their blog sitemap. This is their location sitemap. So let's just, for example, pull pages from a sitemap. And I'll show you this tool. But it's a sitemap, if you will, extractor. And we'll use it. It's called SEO Owl. So I can go like this and go, you know, what's the sitemap URL? Once I pulled it from Junk King over here, I go over here to SEO Owl and hit load sitemap. Unless they have a blocker, SEO Owl will pull it. And the only way most people have a blocker is if they actually know, you know, pretty advanced SEO. And the reason why you'd want to put a blocker is because you don't want someone like me coming along and going, okay, and pulling all your pages. Because what we'll wind up doing is we're going to pull those pages, and then we're going to recreate each of these pages, the same URL structure, the same type of content, like this URL structure, like this. And then we'll come in here and we'll recreate the same structure and everything, except we'll add in some of our own, if you will, sauce. It's not something that we're going to have to change or anything like that. It's going to take a while to pull it because they have a huge website. But the tool we use for this is called, like I told you, SEOowl.co/sitemap-extractor, and it will pull every single one of them. Okay. Once we do that, then we can recreate it. Now, if we go over here to SEMrush, once this is done pulling, I'll come back to it. Go to SEMrush and we go to, if you will, the keywords. What keywords are they ranking for? And we can look at all this data in here, but the main, if you will, keywords, their top organic keywords, almost 37,000. And that's what I'm going to pull things from. So I go to view details, and I'll open up my drive so we can show you this live as well. Let's go ahead and close this tab. So this is all the pages or all the keywords they rank for, and it literally shows their pages, right? So now keep in mind, if you're not in all the cities like they are, you don't want all the cities, obviously. But we're going to export this as an Excel file, every keyword, right? Then we're going to go into Google Drive. We're going to file upload that, and then we're going to organize it, right? And how are we going to organize it? I'll show you very simply. But if you go keyword density and you can filter this, you don't want to go after all the ones that are really hard like this to rank for, like King website, garbage removal service, any of that. We're going to go after the ones that are easy. Why? Because we're going to start stealing as much of their traffic as we can. That's why. Okay? It's not that complicated. It's just a matter of, hey, we want to steal as much traffic as possible from these guys. How to do it? Go after the keywords, create these same pages as much as possible. Once we've uploaded it into Excel, right, which I've already told you, we're going after the keyword difficulty. So all these keywords that are anything that's below 20, we want to go after, right? Anything that's below 20 is what we're going to go after. So think about all this, so much traffic right here that's just sitting for the picking, because they're sitting if you will, in the top, not even in the top 20. This is just one sheet. So how much of this traffic do you want to go after? This is thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of searches. And you can simply pick all of their traffic. That is what we call the traffic hack. And that also comes with every one of our SEO premium clients. I am heavy on schema, Mr. Sign Commanders. I know some SEOs that do not, but I am heavy on schema. Schema, think of it as connect the dots. If you are doing really great SEO and you do schema, it's like telling Google, hey, yeah, all these press releases, all these citations, all these backlinks, all these videos, all these reviews, all these keywords are all about me. Now, if you're not good, your SEO is not good, guess what's going to happen? And you do that. It's like putting a spotlight on someone that is, in a bad position, just had a wreck. It's not something you want to do. You only want to use schema the way we do it once you actually have all those other things in place. But yes, I'm very heavy on schema. We use schema. So one last tool we're going to go over real quick is we're going to go over, let me close out these. We went over the SEO Owl, the sitemap extractor. We went over the also asked.com. There's a free version and there is a paid version. Everything I've showed you today is free version or paid version. So I give you both ways of doing it. One last one. Keyword research. This is the keyword research or keyword planner with Google. It's mainly used for Google Ads. But let's say you want to use it for junk removal, right? Can we use it for junk removal? Yes, we can. We can create an ad, we can create a new campaign, and we can then, if you will, let's say I want to create leads, I want website traffic, whatever it is, search, what's your business's website? Let's just type in, let's say junk removal, SEO expert.com, continue. What's your conversion goals and all that jazz? You can do all this. It's populating it, but it will actually give you, if you will, and this is what a lot of SEOs will do, it will give you, if you will, ideas on page view. Yep. And that, agree and continue. And then you can then go, okay, what keywords, how you want to acquire customers, keyword and asset generation. This is the main thing I want to do. Keywords and ads. I want to look at all the keywords, right? I want to find out what keywords I should create. What should I use? But this way, I really don't like using the keyword planner, mainly because it's based more on Google Ads. And I'd rather, let me just go to the search engine like I showed you earlier and go, junk removal near me and say, what are people looking for? People are looking for, these are things I should be writing about. What are people also searching for? All this down here. So I should be writing content about those. That's the type of stuff I'm going to be doing. Okay. So hopefully you guys learned today. So what's included in our SEO package, because I had a couple of you asking this, is so if you go to rankfortress.com, book a call to talk to me. If you're not in the Rank Fortress Academy, you want to join here. It is for free. We drop lots of things in here, and I have constantly, I have people joining, but we're up to about 400 members now. But anytime we have an update, a video, anything, it's all in here. You can ask me any questions you want to hear. But for the SEO part of it, the one that comes with guaranteed rankings is a premium SEO. And here's everything that comes with it. Here's some of my amazing team as well. That's Donna. But here's what it comes with. But you're guaranteed to rank in 3 months or we stop billing you and work for free. I put my money where my mouth is, okay? I'm not like some of these SEOs, and a lot of you guys have been burned, and I know this. If you just click here to get started, you're going to open up calendar link, choose a time you want to talk to me, and we can talk. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on Facebook. Like I said, just go to Facebook and look for William Jones, bright green background. That's me. If it's not looking like this, you're probably talking to one of my sales reps or lead gen people, or my son. But this is where, you know, we posted results yesterday. For example, this guy right here, Dan, you want to know what his map looks like now? This is what it looks like. When he first started with us, it did not look like this. So I'm going to show you this real quick. Stop sharing. And I actually posted it as well, but I just kind of want to show this to you. Right here. So this is what his map looks like now. Top 3. This is in a 314 radius, 314 square miles, 21 by 21, the biggest map, until we start going out 2 miles, 3 miles, etc. Timo, what's up, brother? What's up, honey? Love my wife. She's amazing. Couldn't do this without her. There would not be a Ranked Fortress without her. Appreciate my team. So for those of you guys who are like, you know, a lot of SEOs ago, well, I have a team. Just go to their About Us page. You'll see very well they don't have a team most of the time. But I'm one of those guys that go, hey, let me show you my team. Okay, let me show you my team. If you go to rankedfortress.com, you can see my actual team. My team is, you know, my office is actually attached to our house in Surrey, City. This is Lynn. This is my operations manager, and this is some of my team. We have about 80 staff. If you ever want to do an office tour and see what it looks like and say, hey, I wonder if William actually happens. Yeah. So I want to do SEO myself. Do you have a course? If you go to rankedfortress.com, you see where it says join the academy. Click on that to join. I would tell people, I had someone else, for example, say on a show the other day, and I heard I think it was JoJo, and she's like, well, I do SEO for myself and I do an update and I get results. That's only because you now have a brand. If you're just starting out, Sign Commanders, I would tell you this, okay? Maybe you got a business. So to build a business, if you want to scale that business and you don't want to work in that business, you don't need to do the SEO yourself. Now, if you don't mind working in your business and you only have a goal of making enough money to be comfortable and stuff like that, then by all means, do your own SEO, do your own social media management, anything you want, right? You can do all of that jazz. It's not going to offend me, and I teach it obviously for a reason. People love to come into our classes because we teach it. We literally go, for example, this is how to do it. I do it over the shoulder, as you've seen already. It's not something I try like most people will do. They'll go, you know, and try to keep certain things secret. Some guys are commenting on my post just to share you. I gave your information to a few business owners of Bolt Summit in Vancouver, British Columbia. You guys are the best, period. I'll make a video after I see results. So people just see our results and they speak for themselves. Okay. You know, and I could show you, but the problem is whenever we, you know, we'll do it on a personal call, because what winds up happening, if you actually show people on a live, they'll kind of look at things. But let's just see if I can zoom this in a different type of way without showing certain things. And we'll see if we can do it. If I can't, just book a call with me and I'll show you. But we'll flash it real quick. But, you know, our results out of all of our clients, I got one. He's on Duda, like I said, and he's not ranking. And it's Mr. McCormick. And we're actually translating it or converting it to Duda. I do have a couple I've converted to Duda that are ranking, but most of them were not. And I only have one person, and he's in Denver, that is not ranking, and he's brand new, but we already have him in the top 12. And I check it once a week and I send clients. So SEO, is it good to learn it? Yes, learn it. I want you to learn enough where you know what you're doing when you hire someone. Learn enough SEO so when you hire someone, You know they know what the hell they're doing, and they're not just lying to you, okay? They're not just saying, I'm doing SEO, and then they're really not doing it. You want to actually know enough to know that you're getting what you're paying for. And I can personally tell you, like in the junk removal space, I know what y'all are getting is not what you're paying for. And I know that, by looking at all the audits we do thousands of audits a month. Okay. So, but yeah, sign, you're heavily branded. So I wouldn't know that without looking, but if you can go to Google search and you go to in the search bar where it says shorts and videos and you fill it up, then you're heavily branded. If you don't, then you're not heavily branded. So, and I can show you. So for example, heavily branded, what does it mean? So just so some education, guys, heavily branded, when I go look up your brand name, I should see this. I should be like, William is freaking everywhere, man. This is on TikTok. I didn't even know I'm on TikTok with this. I'm on TikTok, but I didn't know this was me. I got all this stuff. Just, we put out so much. And then if you go to short videos, you see all of our videos. If you go to videos in general, you'll see all of our videos. If you go to forums, you'll see us in forums or Facebook and Reddit, right? Steemit, Quora, everywhere. So you go on Maps. We're not on Maps only because we don't have a GMB. Because we're a national brand. We're an international brand, not a national and not a local. So that's what I mean whenever you say brand. If you are not in the academy, once again, join the academy here. If you ever want to talk to me, click here. I do have specials. So like I said, if you want to join, you can get in the Mr. Yee special, which is the 25%. And we also do discounts for 3-month packages, 6-month packages, and 12 months. At 12 months, you're basically getting it for half off, which is kind of crazy, I know. Let's see here. If you want me to do an SEO audit for you, just drop me a comment or message me, and I will do that for you, and I will get that over to you. But let me see if there's any more questions. And we'll go from there. Let's see real quick if we got any questions. Yep. I don't know what you're talking about, baby, but it is on YouTube. So we are on YouTube Live. Where can you catch these replays, guys? So if you go to my YouTube channel and hit subscribe, it is William Jones, and we go live all the time. We're live right now on YouTube. And if you click at last lives, we are all right here. You can check out my team as well, because we have an amazing team. You can check out our past events. We also have Digital Impact Philippines in Cebu upcoming. So if you are in the Philippines or in Cebu, just know that you can go join us at digitalimpactphilippines.com. And we're having our upcoming conference there at the Waterfront Cebu City Hotel, December 6th through the 8th. We are lined up. We have a lot of speakers, and it's not that expensive, okay? It's an amazing event, and it's something that you're going to want to join. Appreciate you guys. If you don't, let's see, make sure you got any questions. Mr. Yee has them. Good night. You're going to reach out to me. I appreciate it. So, guys, until next time, you have a great day and be blessed.
I have so many SEOs that hate me and say that I'm stealing their methods. They bitching and cry, labeling me SEO Black Hat. Was a nobody, now I'm at the top. Most wanted, most loved, bad business owners, and hated by most SEO opponents. You think you're an SEO god, but you're an SEO fraud. Guess I'm the SEO devil, shouting fuck the SEO guys. White hat SEO doesn't make sense, going with the goody goodies. Up in heaven dressed in white, I like black Timbs, I like black hoodies. Fake SEOs up there probably have me on some real straight shit. No sleeping all day, no getting my dick licked. Hanging out with the goody two shoes, lounging in paradise, whole shit. Fuck that shit, I wanna use